Matthew chapter 28, verse 19, God says, go into all the world and preach the good news to all creation. And then he goes on to say in verse 20 that he will be with us always, even to the end of the age. We call this the Great Commission. Jesus gave this command to his disciples before he went back to heaven. So it's pretty important. Now, the first thing that we need to remember when we think about the Great Commission is that God says go. Say that again.
God says go.
Great. God wants us to go everywhere. This is a globe. It's got a map of the entire world on it. So there's all sorts of different countries that God wants us to take his news to. Places like Russia. It's a really big one up here at the top. And also places like South America. This is Brazil, right here. So God wants us to take his message everywhere in the world. And we have missionaries who do that. Missionaries go to other countries, and they take their families, and they share the good news with everybody. But what can you do right here? Can you go everywhere when you're right here at home? Absolutely. God has placed you in your school. He's given you a family, and he's given you friends that don't know him, so that you can take him everywhere you go, right here. So God wants us to go everywhere. Now, the second thing that we need to remember when we think about the Great Commission is that God will be with us everywhere. That God is with me.
God is with me.
That's right. God is going to be with you. When you ask Jesus to come into your heart and to make you a new person, he goes with you everywhere you go. So when you think about taking God everywhere in the world, no matter where you are, he's going to be with you. And he's going to be right there showing you the words to say, and he's going to be with you when you're scared, when you're nervous, when you go to school, when you're at home. God is with you everywhere. So the two things that we need to remember when we think about the Great Commission is God says go.
God says go.
And the second thing is that God is with you.
God is with you.
That's right. So I hope that you will remember that and keep that in your hearts when you think about that.